Hey yo, what is up you guys? You already know who it is. It is Recently, during my live stream on Sunday, I noticed a lot of you were having issues with missing items after a brand new patch drop. Mainly items like weapons, ship components, and armor pieces missing from your inventories. Well, today, I'm going to be showing you my process on how I prepare for whenever a brand new patch is approaching. And since starcitizen 4.1.1 is nearing a live launch, this is the perfect time to prepare yourself for the next patch drop. And I know, this may be a little mundane to some of the veterans who holds the verse down. This is nothing new, but it may be educational for somebody who may not know about it. But first, there always must be a disclaimer. You are not guaranteed to keep every item and ship using my methods, but the chances of keeping them are greatly enhanced, but you should always expect the worst. Now, to make a potential long video short, the only thing you really gotta do is move all of your shit down to a planet-side location. But now, let's move on to the step-by-step. If you got a lot of shit, the first thing you gotta do is get yourself some huge SCU crates. Get yourself an 8 SCU crate so you can throw everything inside of it real quick and easy and fast. Now here comes the part that can be potentially dangerous and tedious. You're gonna have to drag everything into that 8 SCU crate you bought if it all fits. If it doesn't all fit, knowing y'all loot goblins out there who picks up literally everything, you may need more than one crate. Now, the reason why this can be potentially dangerous to some of you citizens out there is because you're moving all of your items into the open, outside, where it can be touched by other players, or if the game desyncs, lost forever. And recently, there has been a cargo elevator bug which makes anything you put onto the cargo elevator despawn before it actually goes down. This does not affect when you're calling on the elevator though, but only when you're dismissing the cargo elevator to the warehouse system. If you stick around long enough, I will show you guys the workaround on how to avoid this issue. Now that you have everything loaded up into your cargo containers, it is now time to run everything that you have gathered and looted down to the closest major city on a planet. Now, this is the part where you really gotta pay attention. I'm bringing up a bunch of ship components just to demonstrate to you what happens if you do this the wrong way. You will lose your items. You don't want that to happen. Sometimes they will just go invisible and they will reappear back in your inventory, but there is a very, very high chance that it will be gone forever. Now, there is a workaround for this issue. It's really quite simple and easy. Pretty much before you put anything into the cargo elevator, all you gotta do is walk up to the terminal, click on it, and if it says loading contents while there's nothing on the actual elevator, then you're in the danger zone. But after you do that, interact with the terminal yet once again, and then you will be safe to load up whatever you want because now it is clear and blank. So you're able to load all of your stuff onto there without any worry of it disappearing. But now you're going to be able to go into your inventory system and then start unloading your cargo crates. And if you happen to place any ship components onto the cargo elevator, you should be safe as well. Keep in mind that this method does not work to keep every single item, so be wary on that. I personally like to do this a few days in advance before a patch is dropping. If I know a patch is dropping, I'll take all the important stuff and put it inside of my home spawn. I'll keep all the throwaways outside just so I'm still able to have some fun. Now, if you happen to have rare ship components installed onto your ship, I highly recommend you take them out and throw back in the stock components just so that they're inside of an inventory system so they may not disappear when the new patch hits the live build. Now, the same thing can be said for ships that you have bought within the game. I highly recommend that you go down to a planetary spawn and then respawn all of the ships that you have bought in game and then just let them sit. Because if a ship is out there in claim status that you bought in game, there is a very high chance that you may lose it. I've seen too many people in the game buy a ship, a few days later a patch drops, and then it's gone. Now they're out millions and now they're crying in the global chat because their ship is gone. This can happen to anyone, and there's no real way to avoid it if you do not properly prepare. And I know, there are people who don't have to do any of this and they will keep every single item that they have. But it's not the general public. A lot of people do struggle with this and they have hardships because they lose a lot of the items that they worked really hard for, and nobody likes that. Nobody likes to run the contested zones to go get the rare scorched armor, the rare pyrotechnician armor, or the Carnifex armor, and all the beautiful ship components within the zone just to lose them on the next patch. So please, make sure you guys properly prepare for the incoming patch that is going to be dropping here soon. I don't have a date, but I'm going to be expecting it to drop within just a couple days, since the PTU is now open to the general public. And boom, that is pretty much it. Hopefully this will help some of you guys out there on fixing this issue that may happen to some of you out there in the verse. I know, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is nothing realistically new, especially for the veterans out there. We all know what to do, we all fall in the line because we've been through the rough. For you guys who are new, hopefully again this does educate you on how to prevent your items from disappearing in the verse whenever a brand new patch drops. It does suck, I feel for you guys, but hopefully this video does make a difference. And if it does, please slap that like button and subscribe. It really does help push me up in the algorithm so more eyes are able to see me. I really do appreciate it. But you guys already know who it is. It is the biggest bird in the verse, FC, aka Fried Chicken. Big Bird out.